I would say, does this idea solve a problem? Is this something that you would go out of your way to use? Is this a service or product that you would evangelize? So, what every company needs is those customers that don't shut up about it. So you need someone, or you need a group of people that go around and they love your product so much that they have to tell everyone about it. My name is Emma Rose Cohen, and I am the CEO and founder of Final. At Final, we're making sustainability easy by making a line of foreverables, which are items that are designed to last forever and replace single-use plastic. Yeah, I do like to kind of spend a decent amount of time focusing on something besides for work, because I focus on work so much that it's like I almost don't allow my brain the time to kind of process everything and come up with new ideas. So I think by disconnecting from work and just focusing completely on something else, it gives my unconscious mind time to process everything. And then I end up just kind of having an idea. When I look back on my life, it all sort of makes sense that everything I was doing was leading up to this point. But at the time, it didn't feel like that. It felt like I was kind of lost and not really sure what I was doing. I was on a trip in Thailand, and I saw this quote that said, "With increased privilege comes increased responsibility." And that was a really pivotal point in my life where I started really reflecting on what I'd been doing up until that point in terms of contribution and using my privilege to make a positive change in the world. I quit everything I was doing and really started focusing on making that change through working in sustainability. I just ended up putting a lot of time into this project and then launched on Kickstarter, and it just exploded. The problem that FinalStraw solves is that it gives people a reusable travel alternative to single-use plastic straws. Before FinalStraw, there was nothing on the market. The only reusable straws in existence were, long tubes that were really hard to bring with you everywhere you go. Nowadays, there's obviously more than one reusable travel straw on the market, but at the time it was just us. So what this does is it provides a really simple and easy solution for people to show them that making small changes in your life is possible. It's not very challenging. It actually is quite easy. And so by getting people accustomed with this really small shift, it opens the door for much bigger changes down the line. I worked on the campaign for about 3 months before it went live full time, and put a lot of work into doing all of the pre-campaign research that you have to do before launching the campaign. There's, it doesn't quite, you can't quite tell how much goes into the back end when a campaign launches, but we put a lot of work into the campaign before it went live. But the combination of hard work and luck is amazing, because the timing was right and the campaign went viral, and pretty much everyone on the internet at that point in time saw it. This is my first company, so it was such a shock to go from, never having built a team, never having produced a product, never having run full-on marketing campaigns, to just really getting thrown in the deep end. And I didn't even have the opportunity to celebrate the Kickstarter win, because it was like, as soon as the Kickstarter closed, the excitement went really quickly to dread in like, how am I going to do this? We do a whole podcast listing out all my mistakes. But I think that the biggest one was that I didn't really vet people that I hired. And, we needed bodies, I needed help. And I just really trusted people when they said that they could help and that they knew what they were doing. when, it's so important to have a really thorough hiring process and ask a lot of questions and dig really deep. Is this person a fit on the technical side? Is this person a fit on the culture side? Does this person really align with what we're doing and align with the team? Can they work well with others? So, beyond just raw skills, like, is this person right for a multitude of reasons? So that's something that's really shifted at the company. We go through quite a few stages in hiring now. I'm not focused on how many hours you're working, when you're working. I'm focused on people getting the tasks done. So in that respect, it's really important to have a good project management software. We use Monday.com. And so we're basically just tracking every sort of task that everyone is responsible for doing. And so I can go into Monday and say, okay, where are these, campaign reports or whatever that I needed to see. And then I can see right there the progress in terms of, like, when is that due? Who is that person reporting to, and kind of where we are in that line. My entire life, I've been creating businesses and kind of living on my own schedule. So I guess it makes sense that I'm now an entrepreneur officially, but I love it. I think that it's, I am in my path and on my purpose when I'm creating and when I'm ideating and coming up with different concepts and moving forward with those and really working with a team to make those real. Where my strength is in kind of ideas, but I'm not an executor. So it's like I can come up with the idea and then kind of create the vision, but then I need a team behind me to actually make it real. Otherwise, it'll be all vision and no execution. With COVID hitting and sales slowing down, it's like, whoa, like we were on this rocket ship and then it's starting to kind of like come back down, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, am I doing everything right? And I think it's really easy to question yourself and be unsure of your path and not know, like, am I making the right decisions? Because before, when I would make a decision, we would get like immediately validated by our consumers and the customer and community. And now it's like much less of that. So I think that you just have to connect with your gut and really listen to that and sit with those decisions until you know that you're making the right choice, and then move forward with that confidence. But it's definitely scary and it's lonely and it's a lot of hard work. There's so many moments. I mean, the Kickstarter was such a huge one. When we hit $200,000 on the Kickstarter, I don't know what it was about that number, but I just lost my mind. I was crying and it was so crazy. And people, and then we hit 1 million and people were like, oh my gosh, what does it feel like to hit 1 million? And I was like, at this point, numbers don't matter. Like 200,000 was really where like I felt so deeply that I was doing something important. And then beyond that, it was just kind of, it didn't matter. I would say timing is the number one indicator of success for any company. The second thing is market to yourself or find a really specific customer demographic. So I think a lot of people make the error of trying to make a product that works for everyone. And really you need to come down to a super specific customer demographic. If you market to everyone, it washes out the message. It doesn't feel authentic. And it just goes kind of right down the middle. And people don't respect that. Customers now, they want to really connect with what you're doing. And that is by creating a voice of the brand that is your own. I would say, does this idea solve a problem? Is this something that you would go out of your way to use? Is this a service or product that you would evangelize? So, what what every company needs is those customers that don't shut up about it. So you need someone, or you need a group of people that go around and they love your product so much that they have to tell everyone about it. So, I recently got a Kindle, and it's like, I'm so obsessed, and I tell all of my friends about it, and they're like, do you work for Kindle? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, it's just that this product has changed my life. I thought that books were so amazing, and now it's like I can carry like 10 books with me, and I thought that I was going to want the paper. And anyways, going off about that. But it's really important to have that kind of customer base, because that's your free marketing. I would just say, if you don't do it, you'll never do it. So no one is ever ready to start a company. We've got this insane resource of articles and podcasts and books and all of these things that really can help guide the creation and ideation and execution of creating a company. So I think obviously fear holds us back, fear of the unknown. And the worst part is what we don't know that we don't know, which is a lot. And so I think that really you just have to be comfortable with the risk. If you sit back and wait for, the perfect moment, it will never come, because you have to be actively seeking it out. Super important. I think today's businesses brand is such a huge aspect. Customers are looking to connect on a deeper level with what you're doing. And there's just been such a huge shift in brand voice and what companies are bringing to the table, especially right now. People want to support companies that are doing something good for the world. This is a really, really important factor for a lot of people. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to FounderX. I hope you appreciated this interview and learned something new.